All right, so chances are if you are watching this video, you have a car that needs a CV axle rebuilt. Now, why rebuild one when you can just get a new axle altogether? Well, if you have something like a 1977 911 or a 91 MR2 or any of the other kind of weird, obscure cars I've had on the channel, a lot of times axles just aren't readily available or available at all, and you just have to rebuild your joint. So I'm gonna show you how to do that today. It's gonna be a fast video, I promise, to get you back in your car and on the road and driving. So take a look at what we've got, and we should be able to break it down pretty simple for you to get your CV joint put back together. All right, so a few things we're gonna need. Now, one of my CV joints is okay. The other one literally exploded. So I picked up another CV joint. I know this one's fine. It doesn't make noise or anything, so we're gonna keep that one. And then I picked up 2 new boots. Now, don't be like me. Buy 2 anyway. I only bought 1, and then I needed a second one because the other one was ripped, and so I had to order another one. I had to wait on shipping, and buy 2. So we've got 2 new boots for the car, hardware that came with those, C-clips, things like that. You can see we've got some old hardware here that we're gonna be able to reuse, and then I had to buy some new hardware because that ended up on the side of 431 somewhere. Some new grease and gaskets and everything else. And really all we've gotta do is take this stuff apart, which you can see mine kind of did it for me. Clean some stuff up, re-grease, put it back together, and we will have what feels like a brand new axle. The principles for this are the same no matter what car you're doing it on. This is for a 1977 Porsche 911, and it kind of has this weird multi-piece thing. So for the sake of the video, we already took a lot of these out, but basically we have bolts in here that hold this kind of 3-piece unit together. This is the side that goes into the transaxle, this is the actual joint, and then this is the boot, which you can see we're gonna replace with this shiny new unit. So with that off, really all we have to do is reassemble and that joint will be done. Now this joint was not making any sort of noise. It was giving me no indication that it's bad. The grease is still very well packed in there, so we're not gonna mess with it. We're not gonna fix something that's not broken. We're just gonna put everything back together here and fix the joint that did explode on the road. So we'll throw that on real quick, nothing to it, and then we'll get to the other side. All right, now we have a new boot on. This thing looks great. It's not gonna be ripping for any time soon, which is awesome. And I think we're good to go. Now to get to the part that you're probably watching this video for, assembling a CV joint. All right, so this is a Porsche CV joint. If you have a car with CVs, they look something like this. They may have a stub on the end, but internally they look about like this. You've got your cage, you've got this inner race, I guess is what it's called, and it's the outer, and then the ball bearings in the middle. Now, a lot of times they come assembled, and that is great, but in the case of like my 1991 MR2, I had to assemble them myself, and it was a very confusing process. So if you're in that situation, I'm gonna show you how to assemble one of these joints. It's really not that hard, it's just finicky. So you give it a little bit of time, mess around with it a little bit, and you will get it, and I'll show you a few tricks that'll help you get there. First, we gotta pull this thing apart. So as you can see, this stuff just kind of falls apart. But you would basically have this, and you have to make this into a joint, and it's just very confusing. So there's a few tricks that will make it easy, and I'll try to get it right the first time, but I don't always get it right the first time. The first thing is you put this together, just like that. You can see this kind of floats in there. It can come out, but it doesn't come out easily. That's what allows the axle to spin and move all different ways. And then you have to align it to this. Now, the way I remember this is wide and narrow, right? So you have wide side here, narrow, wide, all the way around. And then on this, you have the same thing, wide, narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Now, the narrow goes to the wide and wide goes to the narrow, which means our joint's gonna sit in just like that. And if you look, you can see that we have our narrows and wides kind of opposing each other. But we still don't have any of these. So we've got to get those in. These ball bearings need to be able to pass through this cage. This is really, really important for this joint to actually go together. Everything's very tight. It doesn't look like it'll work, and it will not work if these can't pass through freely. I had one where I had to replace the cage, and these were a little bit tight, and so the ball bearings would not go through, and I had to file it down. It took me forever to figure out that that was the problem. So before you do any of this, make sure that that ball bearing can pass through the cage, and you'll be good to go. The joint will go together, even when it seems like it might not. Okay, so we're gonna start by assembling this joint. It's easiest to kind of just do it all on the ground or on a table. These are gonna try to roll away from you, so what you can do to prevent that is just put a little bit of grease on them and stick them in there, and that'll keep them kind of held in place for the most part while you're assembling this thing. Okay, so there's our joint. Now here, this may differ depending on your joint. I've seen it done two ways. With this one, we're gonna kind of rotate it up sideways inward, and then we'll pull everything else up. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll just have to show you. With the MR2, you have to like hold this on top and lift up on the ball bearings for it to slot into place. It's never very easy. Remember, the narrow part of the outside goes to the wide side of the inner, and the narrow to wide here. It doesn't look like it's gonna work, but it will, and it will not work the other way. It'll bind up. So what we're gonna do for this Porsche CV specifically is we'll take this thing and we're gonna lift it up kind of sideways and try to get those ball bearings to go inside of outer race. Let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? First try. So we lost one. You can see it's in now. And with this one, what I like, we lost another one, is you can actually rotate it around and just kind of push them in there. Okay, there's that. And there we go. Now we have an assembled CV joint. Don't get frustrated if it takes you several tries. It pretty much will always, but it does work as long as you follow those guidelines that I gave you. You will be able to get it together. I always push it past the groove, so you can see there's a groove right here. I'll push it past it and then pull it back, and that normally will cause it to fold back out. We'll throw some grease inside of here because you just can't have too much. These things move real fast. So we'll just squirt a little bit in there, just to make sure we're good. I don't know if that's necessary, but we're gonna do it. And then this is very important. So we'll take this grease and basically we wanna work it down into every single part of, I blew the bag up, every part of this joint. So we put it in the top, work it around, it's gonna work its way down through the bottom, and we'll keep doing that. And again, you can't really have too much, and you'll feel it as you work it that it's gonna stop kind of binding up and everything's gonna start moving freely. All right, so this is just a regular C-clip, came with my new boots and joints and all that stuff, and it goes on the end here just to make sure everything stays together. It really, really helps if you have some C-clip pliers. Go ahead and get some. Mine are from Sonic, and I love them. They're gonna allow you to open that thing up, get a ton of torque on it, so that you can get it on the end very, very easily. There we go. All right, so with our C-clamps seated, you can tell we don't really have that much grease on this side. The other side's totally covered. So I'm gonna throw basically the rest of our grease in right here and just make sure that basically we can't see any metal. Like, that's what I'm going for. I don't wanna see metal. I wanna make sure if there's a gap in there, it's got grease in it. All right, so the whole reason that this thing fell apart in the first place is, well, there's several, but basically these bolts fell out over time. And that was my fault. I've taken this apart before. I just didn't rebuild it properly. That's why we're doing it this time. So we're gonna throw these in and we'll be done. And with that, you have rebuilt your CV axle, maybe your CV joint, or part of your CV system, and I'm so happy you have, and I'm so happy I have. I've been out of my car for about a week now. This part is open. You may be wondering why. That's because this bolts directly into the transaxle of the Porsche 911. A lot of cars will actually have another piece that looks like this. It's got a little ring on it, and it just pushes and clicks into the transmission or the differential. There's a lot of different ways this side can happen, but basically it's just gonna connect to whatever drives the wheels. I hope this helps you. I hope putting the joint together and stuff helps you. That's the whole reason I'm doing this video, is just to help you guys that are stuck on a project and wanna get your car back on the road. We're gonna go throw this back in the car and get our car back on the road. See you in the next one.